right. Someone feels good today. Somebody feels real good today. Let's talk about a couple of things. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, now. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now let's do this. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna just go here. Here we go. Ah, okay, now. Much respect to the family. Much respect to the family. I thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Smitty's Corner. I will not be up here too long, but I will be directly back. As far as this in particular, it's just something that's going to be spoken about briefly, and then we're going to do an actual show. So that's what's going to take place. Okay, y'all. Much respect, much respect. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do it. All right, now. Let's see what we got. Now, the one thing that I will like to make sure that I make very clear and addresses this. Anything and everything that I am about to say is strictly and solely contingent upon the fact of what it is that I myself think. Nothing else. All right, y'all, let's get to it. Now, let's go to the first step of what this is I have written down. The first step is reading. That's right, reading. Not reading books, but reading life. Right? And when you learn to read life, you know, one thing that you actually come across that you start to peep and recognize when reading life is that you're not always going to get exactly where a person is coming from. We all have our own mind. We all have our own thought process and how we operate and generate information as well as display it. Now, one thing that I'm going to reiterate to people is this. Any and everything that some folks, because I'm really on I just came from the spa earlier today, took a nap. I mean, like, you know, muscles relaxed, nice and good to go. What I do is I continuously regenerate and rejuvenate myself. I'm saying that to say, when you actually have a certain aspect of peace in your life, it is extremely difficult to be mad at anybody in the world. It's kind of hard to do. It's not the easiest thing to do to like actually go around being mad at people when you got all of this happiness going on around you. You have so many different opportunities. You have so many different things that are taking place that actually are so much of a benefit. So then you know what happens. You wound up naturally, organically, just focusing and honing in much more on what it is that is of a benefit in your life going on right now, whoever you may be. You're going to focus on that a whole lot more than you are going to focus on what it is that may not be right. Who is this hitting me? What's up, girl? Yeah. You're not going to focus on that too much. That's not going to be your, like, how you go about your day. Right? You know what else I've learned is that sometimes even the way we express ourselves, it could be taken totally wrong. It can be taken the wrong way. And that's something that I absolutely have to recognize, even myself. Sometimes the way that we can express ourselves, the way that you mean for it to be received, is not the way that it's received or being taken in. So just follow me on this. Follow me on this, right? It'll take me a few moments, all right? I'm only going to be up here maybe about a good 45 minutes or so. So look, none of us out here really know each other. None of us do. The one thing I try my best to do, genuinely, I really do. I try my best to take time to learn where a person's coming from. Now, that's one thing I will take the time to do. There is proof of that because I will literally sit back, and I've done it multiple times on my platform. I will just allow a person to speak. I do that strategically because I want to learn what's going on. Just trying to figure it out. And so again, the first method of this in which we're speaking about is intentions. It's not about how a person comes off. It's not about what a person says. It's with me, at least. It's more so about what was the reason behind why you said that. Watch this. What was the reason behind why you responded the way you did? A lot of times we will totally skip over that. Excuse me. And then we'll go off to ourselves and we'll either scream at ourselves or to other people about it, or then we will go ahead and we'll, in a very, very slight but very direct, cunning way, throw in some stuff on another angle. A lot of things like that. All of this are things that are avoidable generally. And how is it avoidable? You don't always even have to just talk to a person all the time. If you observe a person enough, then you'll get it. If you're genuinely, truly observing that person. If you don't take time, one thing I say to myself, one thing I do, if I know that I don't know you like that, I reserve what I have to say in regards about you. That's why I don't be just talking about people. Why you think, I don't know. I don't just go around talking about folks. It's just something I don't do. You already know, Sunkiss. You already know. Man, come on now. My brother Bolo. Hey, Bolo, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Send off a nice prayer my way from you privately to me. It'll be received. The angels will deliver the message. I appreciate you. All right, now. My Christian brother from another mother. I love Bolo, man. I love this guy. Sunkiss, I love you too, fam. You already know, sis. My point is, we really got to take time to think about exactly how we operate. And when we, observe, and when we acknowledge how a person responds to things. Now, one thing that I want to say is this, right? This is where I am with it, just to get to the point. If anybody knows anything about Smitty, I make sure I cover my tracks, my steps, and my trails. I'll ask you before I assume anything. Y'all ever heard me say that before? You ever heard me say, you know what? I don't want to just assume. Let me ask you. Online and off. My track record speaks for itself. You smell me now? So I say that to say we need to remember that if you don't get a person, if you don't really recognize where somebody's coming from with something, that's okay. That's all right. Ain't no big deal, you know. But what I will say is this. What I will say is this. If you don't know who it is that you're dealing with that well, then we need to reserve certain ways in which we operate, speak about, and deal with certain people. That goes for everybody. Some folks may think this is directed in certain directions and areas. Now, you know one thing I'm real good at doing? So I really just want to talk to y'all a little bit more about myself. So I'm just going to take this moment and I'm just going to be about me real quick, right? Something I don't do too often because I'm always about everybody else. Facts. I'm the type of person I can go through something. I can have an issue. I could be upset about something. You know what I'm real big on? Is one way or another, I don't go to bed with those thoughts on my mind. Why? Why do I make sure I do not go to bed with certain thoughts on my mind? Because I strategically and methodically make sure I don't wake up the next day with those thoughts on my mind. You know, one thing I am delusional about with my third eye. My third eye is very delusional at best. It is. My third eye open is delusional at best. You know why? Because it just refuses to really see what it is that's so not authentic around me. Do y'all not know what, again, I'm going to reiterate this. Do you know my handicap when it comes to social media? I'm going to say it again. My handicap is this. I don't know how to turn on and off being authentic and a true friend and a true person who like really is about you and what you got going on. I don't know how to turn that off. So, it'd be times I'd be saying to myself, well, damn, I mean, I'm already like, you know what I'm saying? Above knee high in this. I'm not waist deep yet, just yet, but the water levels have risen above the knees at this point, right? So I'm like, all right, we here. So let's just keep going. But a lot of times, like, I don't be wanting to keep doing this. But then I say to myself, nah, you serve a much, much greater purpose. And that's my point about the intentions. Why are we all here? I can tell y'all right now, again, that's why I say my track record speaks for itself. I don't talk about me as much as I talk about y'all. And I'm talking about in the sense of big upping, supporting the whole nine. Man, I could have done so much more to really push everything I got going forward. I'm up here making sure y'all get good. Why are you saying this right now, Smitty? To make it very, very clear, I didn't realize how I came off was in the form of, and a shout out to my boy Twaz, man. Twaz, my man Twaz, yeah, salute to you, my G. I really appreciate you, Twaz. But like real talk though, I didn't realize how things seem and sound. And sometimes you just need that quick check. Hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Yes, hello? Hey, I'm on a live right now. Can I give you a call back?
Of course.
Okay, I'm gonna call you back in about 20 minutes.
Only because I passed out. I'm going to recline for like 20 minutes.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, girl. I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm recognizing is that, and shout out to my boy Twaz. I'm peeping, right? That like when it comes to how things can be perceived, A lot of people have their own views in how they receive information. I'm not perfect at displaying how information is given. But something that he told me? He said, man, when it comes to the brother, such and such, he said, man, the truth sometimes don't care how you feel about it. Man, that was so deep to me. Because you know what I'm thinking in my head the whole time I'm hearing that? That's exactly what I was saying to myself the whole time I was saying everything that I was saying. The truth is that you're going to recognize in life that no, you're not owed anything. So let me clear this part up also too when it comes to myself. Everybody, at least most know by now, I bet I was hit by a train. Cool beans, right? All right. Do you know what people say to me often, or 9 times out of 10? When I go ahead and I actually tell them what happened to me, do you know what said? Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you know what my response is when people I'm talking about without a shadow of a doubt every single time? You know what I say? Who is this? Oh, all right. What's up, bro? Do you know what I say every single time? Every single time. Thank you, Bolo. Thank you, brother Bolo. Thank you so much. I see you. I see you. What I say every time when people will be like, I'm sorry to hear that you were hit by a train. My first initial response without word missed is, why you sorry? Well, I mean, because of what happened to you. No. I'm saying that I got you, my man. I see you. I see you. My whole thing is it's not about that. I specifically tell people, don't say you feel sorry for me if I'm still here speaking to you. Man, look, understand something, people. You talking about somebody owe you something? Life don't owe me my limbs back. What you talking about? I think y'all really got my mentality all the way mixed up. No, I don't think that way. My whole everything is I came here in excruciating pain on all different kind of meds, and I'm talking about for my body and everything. And the only thing I've came here and tried my best to do, right? No matter how you take it, I try my best to take my pain and transform that into something that possibly can be of a healing for you. I don't know who you are, but wherever you might be, and the message gets misconstrued. And then people wait for this opportunity to say, nah, I knew he was fake the whole time. At what point? At what point? And even if we can say that, then why were you smiling in my face so many times? If that is the case, just in case, if that's the case, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't smile in nobody's face I don't respect. I'm not gonna mean mug you. I'm not gonna let you know I don't mess with you, but I'm damn sure not gonna fake like I like you. That's something I'm never gonna do. If I've ever smiled and joked with you or anything, that's genuine. That's from the heart. Again, my handicap of social media is I don't know how to be a fake friend. I don't have associates. I only have family. I don't have people I kind of rock with, and depending on circumstances. No, it's not the case. So, nothing in any form of fashion about myself can ever be considered to be a passive or even an aggression. One thing I do know about myself is this: I always speak of balance. Who's perfect in that walk of balance? That's all I want to know when it comes to us as people. Who's perfect in that walk of balance? I came here broken. I came here because I was seeking answers of some form, of some sort, of some kind of category. I didn't come here saying I know everything. I didn't come here saying I wanted to teach anybody any daggone thing. You know what I came here saying? I came here saying I have a story to tell and I got something to share and offer. I hear a lot of things that's being spoken about. And you know what? I think I might be able to add to that. That's it. Nothing else. Not a drop, not a bit of anything else. So we have to remember, like, when we have opportunities to actually, because I love to take advantage of it. You know, that's why I make sure I show up the places I show up, because I say to myself, I want to take advantage of this time to be able to speak to someone genuine. So if I come up, I promise you, it's because I look at what's going on in this circumstance as something that's of a genuine discussion. Now, again, is this the hood of YouTube? Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, it is. It's the hood of YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out what hood can you go around and just be completely docile and make it, and like actually make it. What hood is that? What hood can you just go somewhere and make it being completely docile? And you know you around wolves, sharks, tigers, lions, and bears. Oh my. Are you scared of them or jealous of them? No. But are you aware of their capabilities and what they can do? Absolutely. So you move accordingly. That's how the hood works. I recognize where I am. So what I do is I move accordingly. So there will be times like, yeah, just chill. There will be times, I mean, you know what? Okay, I recognize this is a moment. Just might have to go ahead and buck up a little bit more. But watch this. It's real easy. When we think about it, right? If we ever took time to go ahead and peep game on who this man is, if you've known me more than a month on a consistent basis, you would know that I am somebody that is well taken care of in my life. I always say I ain't rich, but my life is plentiful. I actually, believe it or not, and I'm going to say this. This is going to sound really crazy, right? Because, you know, when I heard it, it made me think. You know, out of all human emotions, let's say what? Depression, sad, happy, anger, frustration, depression. I think I said that. You know, the one human emotion out of all that we can think of, and and whatever one I might have missed. You know, the one emotion I've never ever felt before. I don't know what it feels like. Jealousy. I don't know what that emotion on the inside feels like. Do you know why? Again, I'm going to teach y'all about me a little bit more, okay? I've always been so well taken care of. Even when I stepped out and I left the nest and I went to the hood, back to the hood that my parents moved us out of. I'm going back around the way with my family, my uncles and cousins and them and all of that. And I went through my prison time. It was just something about the entire way, even when I was going through the worst of my moments of life, I've always had these hands that carried me. And I always had these bundles of wings that wrap around me. I can't explain it. I need you to get this. I don't know what it's like to be jealous. Even after having my body disfigured, I still would not want to be in anybody else's vessel but my own, because I love myself and who I am so much. I don't even know how to possess the emotion. I don't. But see, this is all a part of that growth, and this is a part of the learning. I actually had outside voices get me once again hip to something I never knew that wasn't inside of me the entire time. All these years, out of everything I've ever experienced, I can't ever say, and nobody can, I can never say a time I remember I've been jealous of anyone or anything. I came up with brand new clothes and stuff. I had home cooked meals. My mother and father. I'm not a dude that's ever had a hard time dealing with girls or women, right? The transition from boy to man. I never had a hard time getting a date. I own my home. I'm a dad in my kid's life. My bank account is sufficient. In God's will, I have God in my life. And I'm saying that as far as I know, I love God. I just, I pray God loves me because I know I've done things, right? But I'm just saying, like, I can't think of something I'm short on. So then that makes me then go to the thought process of what possibly could I be jealous of any human about? I mean, listen, something like, of course, they have a bigger home, or that's not what it's about. Their home is bigger because that's what's sufficient for them. My home is a mansion and a kingdom because it is what I prayed for. There's a difference. And I'm not talking, listen, this is not directed. This is just a general in the ether. I don't think a lot of y'all know that about me. Y'all don't realize how much shit I've really gone through in life and made it through. I mean, damn, do I have to say again, forget anything else? I was ran over by an entire train. I was ran over by a train and made it. What? And now I'm retired and paid for life. I'm okay. Trust me. I'm okay. I promise you that. I don't have child support. I don't know what that's like. I don't have student loan debt. I don't know what that's like. When my money comes in, I don't have mortgage. I don't know what that's like. When I bought my people's house, it had no mortgage. I don't know what that's like. I don't even know what it's like to pay a mortgage. I bought a house already paid for. And then I own my grandfather's land. I'm saying these things to make it very, very, very clear. There are things about me you guys just don't know about too much. I don't really talk about myself. And you know something, what I do believe as well is that I think I need to find my balance. I think I've been unbalanced or imbalanced in like what I share on online. And I don't mean that in the sense of like just start telling no, heck no, because y'all never gonna get that ever. Never in a day that's gonna happen. But I do believe that I think I need to like kind of like maybe sometimes just kind of talk to y'all about my day a little bit here and there. Just here and there. Because I do realize as long as I've been here, it's real easy for people to just come up with a speculation about who you are if you never tell them who you are. God damn it, Jim, how you learn as you go. Look at that. Look at that. You see how we just reached another level? That's what we call epiphanies. You see how we just reached another level? God dang. So I'm not even mad at the fact that people real deal would think I would be jealous of anything or anyone. Y'all don't understand how spoiled I've been through my life, dog. My life, I'm one of them. I grew up spoiled. Like I don't have a clue, and I still am to this day. I got a whole thing of fresh banana pudding heading my way. That's right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Wink, wink. Man, like, listen. um, it's nothing in my life I want for. So, when we have things out here in the ether that said, so you give and think that you buy people. No, I give because I prayed for the day that I can be in a position to do so. That's why I always wanted to be in a position where I can just like randomly give something away. I always wanted to be in a position where I can maybe have a platform like this and whoever may need whatever information I can give can receive it. I always wanted to be in this position. That's all I ever wanted to do. You don't get it. I don't come here asking for nothing because I never needed to ask for anything. I don't. I don't need to ask for nothing. I have any and everything I want on the inside and out. And it's not about material. It's not about the finest stuff and how much did it cost. Everything I have that is so valuable is considered priceless. Why? Because I have the most valuable pieces of life, and that is the intangibles. But you know what God gave me? Just like in the word, how I talked about, I believe, with Solomon, when God asked him, he said, I can give you one of two things. Do you want the wealth or do you want the knowledge? And he said, I just want the knowledge so I can teach your people. What did God do? He gave them both. Gave them both. So as much as I'm saying, I'm not saying that like, yeah, I'm broke. I'm broke, but spiritually rich. Nah. I'm spiritually wealthy and I have an abundance of what I need in my physical form and what it is around my life. That's why I'm able to give and pour into you guys. And I say it all the time, pour into me, I flood into you. That's how this works with me. You pour into me, I flood into you. So again, listen, we need to make this very, very clear. It does not matter what shot, come, whatever. None of that matters. I'm always going to say I love us. I'm gonna still always donate and show up and give my shout outs. And you know what I recognize? And I already knew this before I came here, and I said it before. People, do you know how I have my peace? Let me reiterate it. All right, just to backtrack. I got peace simply because one day I woke up and recognized you're not everybody's cup of tea. One day I woke up and I recognized not everybody gonna like you for whatever reason. You know what? It's gonna be people they don't need one, they don't have one. They just don't. See, it's a reason why I don't come up here screaming on people and everything else. Now again, has anybody ever heard me get buck with it? Of course. Why? You ain't never done that in the hood? One more again for the win. Ain't this the hood of YouTube? What are we talking about, man? Last time I checked, ladies, hey, isn't it called acting accordingly? You know how they say, for example, you would be masculine. Hey, fellas, don't you know how they say you're being toxic? Or you're emotionally this or whatever. Fellas, what would we say? Nah, I'm not emotional. I'm just passionate. Ladies, what would you say? Nah, I'm not masculine. I'm just acting accordingly. I'm sorry. Does Smitty not deserve the same right? So I'm excluded. I'm one of us, but I'm excluded for what reason? Now, that's not a real question. It's not that wasn't a real question. I know the answer just like you do. Seriously. Seriously. I'm sitting here and then I just sit back and I say to myself, I need somebody to pull up for me. I'm talking about on a real deal. Like, I just decided to be an a-hole one day and start shitting on somebody. Where is it at? Where is it at? Why are you saying that, Smitty? Well, honestly, again, just to make it very, very clear, I'm trying to figure out, do you all even know my life and who I am, how I was raised, how I was brought up? No, you don't. And it's not your fault. And you know something? It's not even on y'all to ask, because if I choose to come up here, I do believe that that's something that I've lacked. I haven't given enough of that. So it's a lot of me. Y'all really not hip. Y'all don't know my life stories. And I do say all the time, y'all don't. But you know something I can't front though. Like, if you all can at least try to give your brother a pass and understand when I ask, please forgive me for being too closed in. I recognize that. I mean, and again, I'm not sharing every damn thing. It's some stuff I'm just not gonna talk about. But like, I mean, but listen, I get you on that. Mulatto, I get you on that, my G. I appreciate you, man. Salute to you, my nigga. I do. I appreciate you. Nah, it's not about that, dog. It's about the simple fact of, listen, right? I do believe it's a certain amount of, if you say certain things and if you represent yourself a certain way, it's a certain amount of, let's say, affirmation or verbalization that you should inquire. Not inquire, incorporate, excuse me, I'm sorry, incorporate into what it is that you're saying. You should give a certain amount of that, you know what I'm saying? Just to let because see, the thing is I do want to make sure that y'all know that, real talk, you can relate to me. I think you'd be surprised how many different stories of how many different situations and circumstances that I've been through in my life. Like, hey, okay, so what? You've been through heartache, heartbreak? I know exactly what that feels like to the fullest, Max. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to decide if you want to wake up tomorrow or not. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to go through like therapy. I know what it's like to go through homelessness. I know what it's like to go through the most blissful and most joyful moments you can ever think. And you're like, this day is going by too damn fast and I wish it could last forever. I know what it's like to go through a loss of a loved one or friend. I know what it's like to go through a birth of someone that you love coming into this world. I know what it's like to watch the birth of two that become one. I came here because there are so many aspects I realize with my people I can relate to. I've been through all of that. All of it. I mean, really have. So I'm not going to hold us up too much on this, but I do. Matter of fact, let me do this while I finish talking to y'all. Let me go ahead and just real quick. Hold on now. Let me go ahead and set up real, because I like to make sure that we stay in motion with it, right? Let's go ahead and stay in motion with it. So I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up for us, all right? So we can just go ahead and stay in motion, because I want y'all to stay right here. I want you to stay focused. So, we're learning little things about the patterns of the mind. Okay, all right. So let's get into the patterns of the sway of how the mind works. Let's do it. Respect to the family. Okay, so story time. All right, let's do it. So. If you leave people, now watch this, Mulatto. See what you say. You don't owe the internet an explanation. Nah, you're right. But you know who I do owe an explanation? My daughter, who may possibly things that I don't talk to her about now because she's too young. Tomorrow's not promised. Moments like this will be up here and she can see it one day. You see, the fact is this: if you don't tell your story, guess who will? Yeah, that's right. We know how that go. I'm I'm just taking advantage while I'm here. I'm gonna tell my story. I'm the author of my book. Nobody else. Nobody's going to tell you what I consist of. Nobody's going to tell you how I think. Nobody's going to tell you what I really mean when I did this or when I did anything I've ever done or will do. I will tell you while I'm here pumping in my heart and everything and I'm breathing. I'll tell you what I consist of. Okay? So that way, now watch, when I tell you what I consist of, I'm going to continuously here and there throw this part in. Track record. So if I say, hey, when people say I'm hating on folks, I'm going to say track record. Do I not just continuously say keep going? Do you know how many people is not even in these spaces I say that to? I don't just do that here. I'll be in the grocery store and somebody say hello. And I'll say respect to you. Thank you so much. And I'll be like, yeah, you have a beautiful day and whatever you got going on, please just keep going. I do that at times in real life. Those people that really talk to me on the phone and we'll get off the phone and I'm getting off. I don't say bye. No, I'm hanging up and I say I digress. My mic is muted. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So we got to recognize that, right? We got to recognize that. So I just wanted to make sure that I made it very, very clear when it comes to who I am, why I came here, what my purpose is. You will never hear me say anything different. And I definitely will say, I don't have a clue how much I love us. That's why I've continuously supported us. As somebody who's always naturally had people just attract to you, like I said, I think somebody heard me say, I'm that guy who people just want to come and tell me their story for some reason. So you know what? That's the guy who's the last person who has to ever try to buy people. So let's make sure we get that straight. I've never had a hard time having people that want to hear what I have to say, having people who attract to me for whatever reason. Just like I'm pretty sure yourself as well. So when I know this, it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all for me to have my tribe, have my village, which I do. And so as long as we all have what it is that we need to make sure that we get through whatever it is that we're going through or whatever's happening in our lives, I'm going to be quite honest with you. I think that's the best deal right there. Because I don't want none of us to be without. Straightforward, So let's just make sure that we keep that in mind. Let's make sure that we keep in mind that honestly out here in these spaces, none of us really know each other. We don't know each other. And one thing I will say, myself, right? I will never, ever, ever speak too deeply about anybody that I've never met in person. I will never, ever, ever go too hard on somebody who I don't even know. Will we have a back and forth or what have you? Blah blah blah. I mean, come on now. Of course, I mean, geez, Louise, we already know where we are, what's going on, what this is, the whole nine. I'm talking about like really like, okay, so now we going down to the bone and the bone marrow. Like, nah, it ain't nothing like that. And I'm speaking about my position. I'm not saying this as far as what anybody else does. Period. No, I'm just speaking about me and me only on this one. Because, like I said, this is about me. This is the one time I take out for myself. So I want to make sure that I make it very clear because I know that this will resonate through the ether. I want to let y'all know exactly a little bit more about who I am. Okay. Because there's things that I don't think people are aware in how my mind operates. You know, one thing about me, I've always gotten, man, I couldn't stand that nigga at first, but after a while, you just recognize, like, damn, you know what? Smitty guy, he cool. Man, he all right. How many of y'all have said that about me? I know if somebody heard me say that, that's like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was me. Let's just be for real with it. And the reason why that is, and see, look, I don't even be tripping off of that. Why? Because I know I'm unorthodox. I know I'm different. I'm not the typical, nothing about me is typical. You know, like how people make fun of things you do. But don't even know what the symbolism behind what you do is. Is it because the emotions behind what's being said is correct? No, it's not. No. It's just who you are. It's not being seen in the light in which that you chose to display it. Now, you know something, it might be because you don't have the proper wattage. That might be. It might be because you're angling your light in a direction that's casting off into the room. And now this majority of the room has a shadow. You should cast it right in the middle of the floor. So now, boom, the whole room is lit up. It could be. My G. Oh, shoot, my G. Hey, everybody. I apologize. I see right there, my nigga. I was off in space. I'm gonna bring up my man with the master plan. I respect this guy so much. Everybody, give it up for my man. So
Frosty, that's why you only get one chance to cross me.
Okay, now hold on. Let me pull you up, bro. Here we go. Okay, yeah. You good?
Yo, what's up, man?
My G. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm glad you here, bro. You know what? I want to shut up. Yeah. I want to flick my lighter too, bro. I just want to hear you talk to me, bro. Because we talked on the back end, and I really want to hear you tell me where my flaws were. Because you know what I'm saying. I love to have my coattail pulled as well. So I need you to help me out on my flaws so I don't make mistakes again.
I feel you. It's not gonna be anything different than what I said when we were speaking on the phone and shit. Like at the end of the day, how you rock and how you maneuver and how you conduct yourself and your demeanor is you, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the way that people operate, especially given YouTube, speaking specifically, I don't want to put Cellulite involved in this. Shout out to him though, I fuck with him. But specifically speaking on Is and AM, like this shit is these niggas' livelihood. You get what I'm saying? So for them to operate the way they operate, we might not like it on the outside looking in as people who really support them, whether it be with eyes or monetarily, but them niggas still got the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And if a nigga was the, you know what I'm saying, your shit go to popping, and then a nigga come in your chat room and say, well, why this nigga talking all this metaphysical third eye shit? Like, nigga, get the fuck out the chat room. Go watch something else. It's 65.8 million channels.
Okay. No. I just want to make sure I did not. That's the homie. That's the homie right there. Very, very intelligent dude that you'll never see. That's my G. So all right, so look, so just like how I was saying, the main thing that I was really trying to make sure that I got very, very clear is this. The main reason why I even began to say what I said was from the one comment. The one comment was, you niggas always trying to little dog me. And at that moment, the very first thing that clicked into my mind was, damn, bro, you don't even know. Like, I real deal like am somebody from Jump Street before you probably knew or even recognized. Nah, bro, I've been supporting you. No, it ain't even that. But just like I said before, I'm not going to keep going to a restaurant that refuses to seat you or even serve you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about a feeling. It's like, nah, I'll just go here because, when I spend my money here, I get a more bang for my buck, aka Izzy. That's how I really came across rocking with Izzy more. I was really rocking with AM a lot more. See, that's listen, I'm just saying as far as like track record. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with no feelings, no nothing. I'm just giving a backstory. And that's the thing that's so frustrating when it's like, what the heck? Like, bruh, like, I don't think people recognize, like, nah, we Gucci over here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, in case y'all didn't know, it's just something I never talked about. I just never talked about the shit. But go ahead. What you got for me, though, dog? But yeah, no, but listen, though, I want to ask you this. How about this? I'm going to ask you this and shut up. So how could I have expressed that and it didn't come off the way it did, bro? Because I didn't know that it was taken the way that it was taken, bro. I love correction.
I mean, maybe it's because you was in a moment you were saying that shit, but there's no other way that it could have been misconstrued. Like, the shit sounded like hate. And the same, just like I told you on the phone and shit, the same shit that I did when I hit Izzy shit and was like, yo, why you keep going back and forth with the blouse nigga? And he explained the shit to me and I understood and respect what he said, but then I also took into account that this nigga is pushing 50 and I don't run the nigga platform. So if it's a problem with something that if I don't necessarily like the topic or all the goofy shit that might be going on in the panel, it's 65.8 million things I could watch on YouTube, or I could go do my own shit. Like, it's not necessary for me to be like, you know what I'm saying? Because in my heart of hearts, I feel like, nigga, why do you go back and forth with a nigga that you can easily debunk one time and then not have to worry about anything that the nigga say?
Facts.
Or any of them bitches that be in the chat saying crazy shit to the nigga. Like, your fucking life is a got you moment. I don't need to have a got you moment. But that man feels like he needs to express his level of integrity or his, you know what I'm saying, altruisticness to everybody, even though people are still gonna say that the nigga ain't shit. Right? Now, speaking on AM in the same token, you talking about a nigga, and granted, I ain't been around that long, but when I like niggas' content, I do a deep dive, no Diddy, on all they shit.
My G.
I watch all they old shit from the jump. And then coincide that with some other, some other brothers who make content, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas really have shit on this nigga. and in the midst of being shitted on, the nigga grew. So there's a certain level, and niggas say this shit all the time, and there's that little back and forth. And I know you talking about, you know what I'm saying, y'all, you snapping and joning on a nigga and shit, and
Right.
I understand that part, but there's the other side of it where it's quick for a nigga to be like, I don't give a fuck what this nigga got going on. But if you always a nigga that's fighting fires and you don't start them shits, you gonna always feel like somebody, you know, on your case. So the shit that he hear all the time is subscribers don't count, money don't count, right? And not so much to say that this is you, but for the broad scale, the bunch of niggas that say that shit to him,
Right. It's
why the fuck you on YouTube in the first place if you ain't trying to make them? Let me make this clear for me. I'm trying to get a fucking bag out this shit.
Right. Okay.
I am blessed. I love where I live. I got a great house, great wife, great children. I need more. So I'm gonna be the nigga to pull more about this shit, however way I go about doing that shit. And if a nigga tell me, well, you made better content when you know, wasn't making no money, well, go watch that shit. It's still up.
Now, let me see. Okay, you know what? I love that, Tro. Okay, so let's make sure that the people get a good feel of the dual dynamics of it. I love that, the representation of that side. Now, we have to remember there's a representation of a side of, again, I asked a question. See, that's the only reason. See, now listen, depending on what the answer was. Now, when I asked the question to my brother shout out to Izzy, when I asked him the question and I said, hey, bro, is what you do for the people, or I said it, is it just about a check? He said, it's definitely for the people. All right, bet. Cool. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, if that's the case, then I guess what is our definition of that? All I'm saying is, you know what I recognized on hindsight? I just had a totally different vision. I get maybe I have an outdated version and vision on what when I hear for the people, I don't think free. That's not what comes to my mind. And that's why even in the clip, no one can ever pull up and show where I said you should be doing this for free.
Right. And that's true. I understand that part, bro. I get that part.
Perspective of what for the people means, bro.
It's not even that. It's not that, bro. It's simpler than that. Go back to the question.
Okay.
What was the question that you asked?
Is what you do for the people,
or is it for what?
For a check.
Now, when you juxtapose, listen what I'm saying. When you place those two things together, right? Either for the check or for the people, when he answers for the people, then you come with your understanding of what for the people is, but it's standing next to getting a check.
Exactly. Yes, that is correct, bro. That is correct. Yes.
So when people see it, it's not about your intention, bro. It's not about that shit. Because a nigga don't give a fuck about intentions. The difference between manslaughter and second-degree murder is intention.
Ooh, you're right. Intentional. Yeah, that is very true.
Your intent, all those cliche phrases, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Like, it's intentions. Your intentions don't matter. What matters is the fucking optics. How it's viewed. The shit is viewed as hate. We could go deep. We could go deep into it. Got a million things. Go ahead, bro.
Wait. Because y'all like doing it right now. Go ahead. I just had to hit the disclaimer. Rock out, my nigga. I'm sorry.
You have to. It's a totality of shit, bro. Like, you got to look at the entire situation. this nigga is getting lambasted for going through a real life situation, right? Niggas like really, really going in on dude, no Diddy, about his situation that just transpired. I'm not
I'm here.
saying it out loud. Everybody know what it is. If you don't, watch that nigga shit and he'll talk about it.
Facts.
So it's obvious, especially when he is, you know what I'm saying, expresses the fact that he's been doing this shit for 2 years full time. That nigga need to get paid. He needs to be compensated. And I understand that. I understand the aspect of you saying that you've done this already, but look, you have to look at it from his perspective. And when AM say the same shit, he bring it up and it makes perfect sense. Because honestly, if you look at the numbers, more people watch fucking YouTube than they watch TV. And if it's a certain type of content that you watch and you enjoy watching it, if you enjoy watching shit on Netflix, you're going to subscribe the next month.
Now, let me say this real quick, Troll, just to add in on the other side. Now,
All right.
there are people that, there are people like me, myself, right? You know, the only reason why, like, all right, so I was doing like the membership stuff, like, something else too, bro. Like, some of us don't want all our like credit card information and stuff. Like, bro, it's a lot that come with that too. So my point is, you know how I say, you know what? I'm gonna always hit subscribe, like. I hit the other forms of currency that I know is so important. And I'm gonna be real, bro. We really, like, I'm not gonna lie, dog. When I don't hear that there's a balance in what is just as much of currency as much as a super chat or cash app or whatever, because I even said it in the very beginning. I didn't even begin to get into the at what point do you do it for the people until I acknowledge, hey, I recognize, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I recognize the marketing and the business goal aspect of it. And I don't know why, for some reason, everybody wants to keep skipping over that part as if I never said that, bruh. I made that very clear. That was my opening statement. And you know what? The more I do all of this, like everything we doing, bro, I damn sure get it. Oh my goodness gracious. Like, especially like, trust me. So when I hear, look, you just in the chat, you don't know what it's like to be up here having to deal with blah, blah, man. I get it. I get it, bro. I know exactly what they mean.
Right.
Because I'm here too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, as far as like to land it, I'm gonna give it back. So my question to you is this: if that's the case, now remember, what was my question? You asked. I'll reiterate. My question was, do you do it for the people? Yes. And then I simply asked, then at what point, what's the fine line, Troll, between everything being about $1 and what like how about this? What is your definition? If you say I do it for the people, what is your particular definition of that? Because I know that us as Black people, we are all mixed up on definitions now, bro. So it's okay. I'm not even mad at that shit. Go ahead.
So what do you want me to answer? What I think for the people means?
Yeah. Let's start there. I'm sorry. I know I was long-winded. I'm sorry. To nail it down, yes. What is your definition of when you hear I do it for the people? What does that mean to you? I don't think we all have the same definition. I think that's where the clash came in, bro, more than anything. Go ahead.
I mean, I guess, you know, the people that rock with you. I'm not gonna give you the pro-bliggity black definition of that shit because I don't believe in that shit.
I want you to give me yours, bro. You better know where you at. Speak
that
shit.
I just did. It's for the people that rock with you. But then it answers the question. Boom. If he's doing it for the people like the bullshit, so they pay for it.
No, Troll. The people or your people? You see, because what you said is the people that rock with me. That means your people. I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So if it's your people, which he means the people, your people,
Okay. You
then if those is your people, which are his
like
people show how much they like the shit he's talking about by how they compensate him. So if the bullshit is making that nigga money, he gonna stay with the bullshit. Is there a longevity in that? I don't think so, but we don't know. That's not for us to decide. But what he's saying, and when you put those two together in that question, you can then see on the outside looking in that how you are presenting it sounds like hate.
Thank you.
It's viewed as hate.
Thank you, bruh. I love it. I love it. See, this is I like to learn, bruh. I like to
I'm
learn.
not calling you a hater because I don't think you're a fucking hater. Let me say it though. Let me say it though so it's clear. And just like I said on the phone, that's another thing you gotta do. You gotta let a nigga finish his whole sentence. When you say this, knowing your intentions, knowing the place that you coming from, but you express it in a way where all these eyes are watching, everybody ain't as swift. Not calling other niggas dumb or the niggas that you talking to are dumb, but there are people that are on the outside looking in that don't know what the fuck you're thinking, bro. So if you don't express it explicitly as such, or if you don't take the time before you even say anything to think about, well, I know I don't like this shit, but this nigga chewing off the bullshit. Let me catch another show. Instead of questioning if he does, because you're bringing his integrity into question. Even if you coming from a place of pure sincerity and honesty and respect, it's the way it looks like you're questioning this nigga integrity. And because his homeboy deal with this shit on a regular fucking basis, speaking to AM, where niggas don't, or niggas complain about him doing XYZ, this, that, and the third, but them same niggas would shit on themselves if they woke up with 10% of his fucking subscribers. No, and they know it. I'm sick of these niggas acting like they don't want to get a bag out this shit. Not so much you, but everybody acting like they ain't trying to get a bag out this shit. Why are you on this shit 8 hours plus a day to talk shit to a nigga that's getting paid off this shit?
You know what I think is the mix up again. So watch this, everything you just said, right? Now, again, that's why I asked the question in this specific dynamic, bro. I have a different thought process. If I listen, when people say they for the money, they for this or whatever, bro, I'm like, all right, bet. Listen, anybody who knows me know I look perfect example. Sharon, whoever, shout out. I say, hey, already know. I told Sharon himself, I don't agree with 98% of the shit you say. It's here and there, you might drop a gem. I'm like, okay, he's on to something. My point is, why I do actually have respect for you is because you are who you are. So that's my point. I don't think you understand, bro. The whole thing that I've been asking and saying to my boy Izzy, right, which is still my man's, is that, look, I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the position, because I guess maybe I'm behind on how we identifying these things of life. I'm hearing for the people, but then I'm hearing everybody say, no, everything ain't free. First of all, again, whoever said any and everything's free, bro? Like, are you kidding me? How am I up here? Look, I'm one of the main people donating on a regular. Ever since the very first time when I told him, and I never forget. And listen, I bet you if he listened, he knows what I'm saying when I said it was the very first time I said, I'm going to set up my Cash App and I'm gonna send you $15. Dog, from that $15, it just that snowball avalanched, bro. It avalanched. So that's my point, bro. So I mean, what I'm trying to make clear is that I get it. I donate all over. So even when I said I donated to Angry Man, he's not the only one. Bro, do y'all not know how many people I donated to? Troll, I donated to you. Did I do a show about it? The hell? I give to everybody. I give to everybody. I don't care because if I have it, I want to give it to you because it's really about me recognizing you. It's not about the money with me. And I think that's what people miss. See, when I give to you, dog, it ain't about like, oh yeah, like, yeah, nah, it's not about that. Dog, I real deal in my mind at that moment. I'm saying to myself, I want to let you know that I recognize you. That's it. That's the only thing going through my head. That's the only thing going through my head.
Right. But that's in your fucking mind, Smitty. Nobody else knows that.
Yeah, that's my problem. You right,
Troll. So listen what I'm saying, bro, because you keep talking about you donate. It's not about what you fucking do, right? It's not about what you personally do. I'm not saying that it's insignificant because I damn sure lost my mind when you fucking JD, Corey, everybody that was on that live, everybody. I don't even want to miss nobody's name because of how much of a blessing that was. Because that shit was uncalled for. I didn't ask for it, didn't want shit from it, and this nigga blessed me on my honeymoon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on the day of my wedding for my honeymoon on some mobster shit. Hey, like, look, that shit was player. That shit was so player, bro.
Oh man. Nah, that was
that
funny.
Shit was fly as shit though. Like it was fly, but it's dope. And that's why, regardless of what he talk about, regardless of how that nigga feel about Drake, because I fuck with Drake, regardless, I will never not have that nigga Corey back, bro. Because that nigga did some shit.
Wait, really? What? Oh, bro, come on. No. I mean, bro, and listen. We all have our little moments, bro. I mean, see that? I'm just saying. You told me, Troll. Now, Troll, I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm going to pass the torch back, bro. You said, Smitty, you smarter than that. You can't be taking this internet. We just talked on the phone, bro. So I mean, I don't even understand. Right. All right. So, babe, you got the floor, my G. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let you say what you.
This is what I'm saying. You keep talking about what you did. I've done the same shit. I already told you what I said on the phone. I ain't gonna bring that up here.
Yeah. Facts.
I told you what I did. That shit don't. At the end of the day, that money that you send, unless you sending this nigga $1,000 every 2 weeks. That money you send a nigga is not putting no dent in that nigga bills. That nigga thinking about the conglomerate. That nigga thinking about a totality. I need all these niggas to hit me on the Cash App. I need all these niggas to subscribe to my shit or become a member of the channel. I need all these niggas to buy my merch. I need all these niggas to buy my book. I need all these niggas. Because this is how I feed my fucking family and myself. This is the point that I'm trying to get you to look at it as. A nigga is not thinking about just you in that moment, because when you go to saying, well, what point is the dividing line for these people or your people? Are you doing this for this or you doing this for that? You are questioning the way that nigga make money.
Ah, man. Thank you, Brian. Okay.
What? Let a nigga come up to your job and tell you how you supposed to make your money. What the fuck?
Right, bro. Nah, facts, bro. Okay, now.
And this is the same thing that the nigga Cell was trying to explain to you too.
Right.
When he was saying AM don't have to be here, because just that nigga presence alone, niggas act like 700,000 subscribers don't matter. Just that nigga presence alone gonna drop. Oh, if he put that shit up in the community tab and say pull up, niggas gonna pull up. And when niggas pull up over there, niggas spend money.
Well, listen, let me say this part though.
The nigga, listen what I'm saying. The nigga doing that shit, regardless of what happens. Because even the haters gonna come out. Niggas who want to try to take a shot at AM gonna pull up. That's gonna drive more people to the fucking channel. It's like doing a club walkthrough.
All right, so let me just say this part briefly. I do still stick to my guns, bro. Look, again, troll, I love you to death, dog. I stick to my guns. When I say it, I mean it because I observed it long enough. I will never, ever, ever accept. Now, I do recognize like the whole aspect of more people in the building because he's there. That isn't what was said. What was said is he doesn't have to be here. My nig, nobody up there has to be there, dog. Well, listen, troll, right now, my nig, you don't have to be here. You know, on the back end, I was like, dog, come on, hey, because I know you gonna drop gems, and I want to be able to just have a moment and just, you know, reflect with you as well.
And that's understandable, bro. That's
all.
understandable.
Nobody
But-
has to be there. Don't you like
that's blatantly obvious.
Let me land it. So
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Right. So landing it. What I'm saying is, you have to recognize also on the other flip side the message that gives to the average typical person, bro. What that's saying is, oh, okay, so if I'm not on this level or status of life, I won't get this kind of respect. No, it should be always seen and shown, because I've been around literally, and I didn't even know it. I'm sitting in the car hitting the J with a whole kingpin. I've been in situations in life where I've been around like some of the most, I had no clue of their status. But you know what? Them themselves put them on an equal footing. And I said it on my own live that people aren't aware of. Again, I'm going to make this message. You know what I said myself? You know what? Because I was talking about him and Tommy. I said one thing I will, because I was talking about Tommy. I said one thing I will say about Tommy and AM. I just be wondering. And you know what I said about AM, to land it in a nutshell? I said AM will pull back up around the hood in his Corvette and just chill and hang out. I said it must be something that, you know, it just still resonates, and I do respect that, because before Sale said that, you know, I have a live that's, like I said, remember I said it's on like 7 or 10. I swear I'll find it. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure I do that within the next day or so. I'm going to pull that clip. I said those exact words myself before that was even said. So I'm responding. I'm not attacking. I'm responding in a sense of, why y'all coming off like I'm one of them trying to like give this man smoke? Everything I've been trying to say, now I understand what you said, is coming off as if like I'm hating. Damn, I didn't know that, bruh. I just didn't know. I didn't know, bruh. I didn't know. And I thank you for pulling my coattail, dog. Go ahead, you got the floor. I didn't know, dog.
I gotta push all the way back on that shit you just said about nobody being there, right? That's an obvious statement. Of course nobody has to be there. Because if nobody was there, there would be no fucking show, period. But knowing you being somebody that's watched his content, right? Speaking to AM, I'm somebody that currently watches his content except for right now. Because I'm on, you know, I'm up here with you.
Respect.
Which I appreciate. Thank you very much. You ain't had to have me up here. Right?
Bruh, I'm glad I met you too, my nigga. No funny, bruh.
Yeah, please. Super pause.
Man, you know what?
I'm a troll, nigga. But look, so
Wait, you think I didn't think of that? Of course I thought of that.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no!
Go ahead, Charles.
yeah, so when you put it in a respect aspect, I don't think, see, people be throwing around these words.
You went out. I mean, if you're still talking, can't hear you, brother. I don't know if you're still talking.
Hello?
Right, yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, you back. I don't know how much we missed, but
Okay.
Yeah. Rock out, my G.
Like, people don't understand. When you say respect, it It's them, not this motherfucking brand new. Oh, I'm just a human being, so I'm supposed to get. Nah, you can get common courtesy and cordiality.
Okay.
Common courtesy is me holding the door open, not just for a woman, but the nigga that's walking behind.
Facts, right.
That's common courtesy,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Can be cordial. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. That's being cordial. That has nothing to do with respect, because you're just another fucking human being that I'm choosing to be cordial to, or to show common courtesy. But
Then
what
let me
have you done besides, listen, what have you done besides breathe? That means that I have to respect you. There's a certain level of status and achievement that goes along with it in this instance. And what I'm talking about, because here's in the same token, and I hate to have to use somebody that's not black, but I'm just going to use this person, right?
Go for it.
In a podcast sense.
Okay.
Now tell me, what would all the niggas, including Angry Man, would have done if Joe Rogan would have pulled up on Izzy's chat?
Oh, you know what?
Okay then, nigga. You just proved my point.
I got you, bro. I like that.
Without no type of motherfucking, and I know niggas gonna say glazing, fuck all that. Right. You give certain niggas respect where it's due. That nigga AM is the closest thing to Joe Rogan right now to niggas over here. And niggas treat that nigga like he under them. Not saying you, but I'm just saying in general. And that's why that nigga mentality is the way that it is. So when any nigga say something sideways, especially about his homeboy who he's giving the game to get this money on this shit, he gonna take it as a motherfucking sign of disrespect, because he's earned the fucking respect. Niggas is not on this shit just to be here. Unless they're fucking losers.
Wow, bro. And you know what? I love that. Like, now listen, the reason why so to piggyback on what you're saying, I'm gonna make it short, right? So I get you on that, because like Lil Wayne, when he was real hot, I couldn't stand it at a certain point just because I just heard him too much everywhere. It wasn't a hate, but you know what? I never lost respect for the fact that he was able to maintain his position in the field of that is not easy to make it in. And so I get you on that. LeBron James, Kobe, I can't stand them on the court when they was, rest in peace to the Mamba. But like, the whining, always crying, going to the ref, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to respect what it is that they bring. So again, I've been trying to make it very clear. I just didn't realize that me defending the fact that, I've never hated on you, bro. When I first started hearing AM, bro, I was like, God damn, hey, he resonates with me in some aspects as far as like his intellect. I'm not talking about all talking points. Okay, because I know people would think when I say resonate, it's talking points. No, the intellect, how he's able to make certain analogies and metaphor. Bro, I love that type of headspace. That's why I rock with you, my G. I know you remember when I even said, like, bro, I didn't know you was that damn smart up under that mask, bro. Like, real talk. So I get that, bro. That's all it is. But yeah, like, that's why I love to relook at footage. I just didn't know that's how it sound. I was really trying to give them props and say, nah, bro, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them that be trying to come at you all the time. But apparently it came off totally wrong. So you know what? Nah, it's all good. I take that L. I love to learn, my G. I love to learn. Go ahead, Troy. You got the floor.
I mean, that's really basically it. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. If you understand, and I'm not saying this shit to try to coax you into seeing some shit my fucking way, right? Because I don't got that kind of control over niggas. I'm feeling like you're intelligent enough. Well, one, you already man enough to stand straightening, because the average soft ass nigga can't take a nigga talking to him like, nigga, you wild.
Yeah,
Well, maybe it's just me. I grew up around strong men. I got a father, so maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't. Maybe I don't know.
No, it's us. It's us and those of the like, my bruh. Trust me. Everything you just said, the only ones who don't recognize it are those who are not us. Simple. Go.
Okay, I'm just
Respect. My
just saying because you know some these new niggas man, you know what I'm saying, they don't know what it is to hear a man give discipline to straighten another nigga and still be respectful. They don't know what that type of shit look like.
You know what? But listen though, but see, that's what I was actually asking. So let me ask you this before we get up out of here. I got 2 quick questions and I want you to take your time on it before we get up out of here. So I'll say about 15 more minutes or so, 15, 20 more minutes. Look, right. So I'm just curious, right? When it just let you know. So when it comes to like exactly what you just said, like young dudes and older dudes, I was asking this, remember on the Yuck Mouth show, bro? When I was asking the disconnect between the elder generation and the younger generation, and how like everybody wants to talk about how great it was, everybody wants to talk about how horrible it is now. I really want to know that from you too, Tro. Like, while I got this moment with you, where do you think that in between and the disconnect came, bruh? In your personal opinion, ain't no right or wrong to that shit. I digress. My mic is muted.
I don't know, bro. I don't
serious?
know. And when I say I don't know, it's easy to give the basic ass answer of, okay, well, with Lyndon B. Johnson and the institution of fucking welfare and black men being pulled out of the household and that shit, right? It would be easy to go to that, and I'm not saying that in a trolling manner, because that is a fact, because it occurred.
But it is your name. Go ahead.
Right. But it will also be easy to say, these niggas just don't want to, these niggas just don't want to listen to a nigga. And I don't know. I really don't know. It has to, the only thing that I can understand it being is it has to be a lack.
All right, how about...
Wait, listen. I'm answering. It has to be a lack of strong masculine role models. A nigga role model, even if a nigga ain't had no father, nigga had gangsta ass role models.
Yeah, but see, Tro. Nah, bro. All right, so look, that's that part, bro. I ain't mean to interrupt. All right, so man, I apologize. I said, look, right. So if we think about that, right, real quick. All right, cool beans. So let me go ahead and narrow it down. When it comes to the disconnect, do you think it's more so leaned on do you think it's more tipped on the side of the scale of outside influences, like as far as like the streets, hustlers, music, everything else, social media, or do you think it's more so tipped on the scale of lack of homes being structured and having a firm foundation? Go.
It has to be both, but one you can't have one without the other. Put it to you like this, right? Wow. Put it to you like this. I don't know if you've seen the commercial, right? Some fuck ass agency, the Centers Against Digital Hate or some shit like that put out these weak ass fucking commercials saying the first 15 minutes your child on the phone, the algorithm has them. Like all that weak ass shit, like blaming social media for your children getting bullied. So instead of right, going after Mark Zuckerberg or whoever owns these platforms and shit, maybe you might want to just, I don't know, be a parent and take your fucking child's phone. You ain't getting on the internet. How about that?
Listen, but see, parents nowadays are more in the position when it comes to their kids. This is the parents now.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga.
You can stay.
Toby stay. Toby stay. Toby be good now.
Yeah, so a lot of parents is basically slaves to the kids, and you know what's funny? It was written somewhere once upon a time that you will know it's the end of days when kids become the parents' master, and the men resemble the women. I'm dead ass, word for word. It's
You
crazy.
talking about written somewhere? You talking about the Bible, nigga? You said it was written somewhere.
Troll, it's good. Shut up.
The mothers will rise up against the daughters, and the fathers and the sons will rise up against the father. Nigga, you talking about the Bible, nigga?
Yes, yeah, man. All right, go ahead, man. But I mean, you know,
Bro, you can't be that high, bro.
I'm just
You can't
what,
be that
and
high.
it's good. It's. I mean, you know, it's. Look, troll, don't do it.
Look, oh, I'm gonna answer the question, right?
What?
I'm gonna answer the question. Those the people that end up in the motherfucking nursing home, the ones that want to be their child's friend and shit. I'm in a. I feel like I'm in a great position, no Diddy, in my children's lives now because I have twins and they're 14.
Oh,
And
you got twins?
yeah, nigga.
Wow, man, my cousin Rashad, the only one in the family, man. Shout out to Shad. He so he's the oldest. Anyway, Kalima, my two younger cousins, they twins. So his dad, for some reason, he is basically what I'm saying is I heard something about genes when it comes to having twins, and he himself have twins now. And they believe it's a gene that he got from his dad, and it's something that's like in the family when it comes to that twin stuff. So I think what that is, you got a gene from what's said, I guess.
Well, it's not only my gene. My wife has twins in her family too.
Oh, then it's her. Then it might no, but I'm saying gene. Then no, then it's her. Then yeah. Then she's the one with the genes. Then she's the one that was more dominant in that. That's all. But yeah, somebody got those genes.
Yeah.
I knew
But
it. Somebody else twins. That's all I was.
the position I'm in now with my son and my daughter, like, sad to say, well, not even sad to say, like, it's certain shit that I like. It's certain music that I like. And they just so happen to listen to the same shit. And how I dress, especially now for my son, that's how he dress. He wants some retro ones. He wants some cement threes. He want all the shit I got.
All right. So
he can. There's a level of relation because I'm, with at least 20 years older than him, but I'm not that far removed. You get what I'm saying? Like Drake was just coming out before they was born. Drake still pop. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
my bad. I put myself on mute. I didn't want to interrupt
Oh.
you. Yeah. No. I was responding. No, I got you.
Okay, so
My bad.
when things, the lines might get blurred from time to time because he feel like, my son feel like, oh yeah, my dad's cool, and I'm gonna talk to him like I'm one of his, like he one of my friends. And then there's the moment where I instantly have to say, I'm not your fucking friend, son. I'm your father. You're gonna respect me regardless. And I don't have to say you understand. Yes, sir, come immediately. Because that line get drawn. Because that shit came from my father. And shout out to my pops. He just turned 73 yesterday.
Man, shout out to the father. Shout out to the fathers. Shout
Shout out
out
to my motherfucking pops.
That's what I'm talking about.
Troll senior. Troll motherfucking senior.
Hey,
Shout out to my pops.
all day in the
Now
paint.
I could sit there and chop it up with my dad as a man, and we get into pretty heated arguments, especially about politics, because you know that nigga don't like Trump, and I fuck with Trump. So we'll go back and forth about shit, and it get heated. And at the end of it, what happens? I still respect that man because I'm in his house, and that's still my fault. You get what I'm saying? That's where the lack is. And it's more or less to me putting your foot down about shit and not giving a fuck about nothing else. Like at the end of the day, bro, if I can impart some type of knowledge or wisdom to somebody young or something like that, great. That's fantastic. That is wonderful. God bless them and thank the Lord for the opportunity to do that. But realistically and honestly, I don't give a fuck about nobody else but me and my family. I don't.
So
And I believe to a certain extent, if motherfuckers worry more about their own selves and their own family instead of everybody else, everybody would be so much better. I'm not saying I'm going out my way to be an asshole. I'm not saying that I just drive past homeless people and don't donate money from time to time. I'm not saying that I have no empathy for the things that other people go through. But on a grand scale, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying about the kids overseas. But this nigga's dying here. I'm not finna be losing no tears or sending no money to Red Cross for somebody that I ain't never gonna see.
I literally said that. And you know something, Troll? I was met with so much vitriol one day. It's so crazy you said that. There are people who know I've given the analogy when I said, really, everybody keeps talking about, well, do this for the community as far as like build the community. I said, I believe that how we build the community is to first build our own homes again first. I said, look at it like a row of houses in the street. Then you got this one block, right? And let's say me and you right across from each other, we like right in the middle of the street. If I keep my yard clean, I take care of my kids, we make sure that we take care of, like, you know, vice versa, everything else, and everybody do the same thing on the same block. How do you think it's going to look when you drive up our street? You see? And what that comes from is the entire neighborhood is now what they consider uniformed, right? Because everybody takes care of their lawn themselves. Now, of course, listen, we all know everybody done hopped across the yard real quick to help the neighbor out shoveling the driveway if you get yours done first. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know what all of that's like. You know what I'm saying? You know, help your neighbor with a little yard work or something, you know, especially when you get a little cool, like, you know, when you live somewhere long enough. So, like, I know what that's like. So I get you on that. But Troll, to land it, a lot of us don't believe that taking care of our own will take care of the community. A lot of us believe that we have to pour everything we have from our homes into the community in order for the community to get back in order. What's your take?
How? All that in theory shit sounds good in theory, but how? When it never happens. How many examples have you ever seen of a black-owned business put up in the hood that is fucked over? Think about it like this, bro. I don't. In the spot that I'm in Florida, I ain't going into detail, but the spot that I'm in Florida, right? In the area that I live in a predominantly black neighborhood, right? Black side of town. I want to go to the grocery store. The local grocery store is a Publix right up the street from my crib. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Listen, right?
I'm listening. I'm right
I go there, right? And who's in there? Predominantly my people, black people.
Right.
And how do I get treated?
Good.
These is your neighbors. No, I don't. These is your motherfucking neighbors, right? You go to a McDonald's, right? I don't know why anybody would, but just say you did. I've done it before because I got kids, right?
God have mercy upon us.
Right? You stop, I stop and go get some food. And the service that I receive is trash. And this is from people that live in this fucking neighborhood, in this area. Because you're not driving from cross town to work at this McDonald's unless you really need a fucking job.
Oh, for real.
But if I hop over a bridge and go to the side of town that my parents live in, because my mother worked now because she want to, because she enjoys doing it. She could have been retired. Okay. My father retired and got 3 pensions from the military and 2 fucking federal agencies.
Wow.
And they live on a wonderful side of town.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to go over there so I could go to Chick-fil-A. You want to know why? And it's not funny, bro.
I'm sorry.
It's really not funny. I'm saying it's not. It's funny, but it's not.
I'm sorry, bro. It's the way you said it, bro.
No, because I got to go to Chick-fil-A because they won't put a Chick-fil-A on my side of town. You get what I'm saying? Do it make sense now?
Wow. Now I get it. Now
I walk into the Publix on the other side of town that's predominantly white, and how I get treated in there. Anything we can do for you, sir? Here's a basket. You want to carry a basket? Did you get a flyer for the? Why the fuck do I gotta get treated worse by the motherfuckers that look like me? And niggas want to act like that shit don't count, or that shit doesn't exist, or it doesn't happen, but it does. So instead of being the nigga that sit there and complain about shit, right?
Yeah.
I be on the Chris Rock shit.
Yeah.
It's black people and it's niggas. All right, cool. I ain't even knocking what the fuck y'all got going on because that shit ain't my business. I'm gonna mind my motherfucking business though, and I don't want shit to do with what you got going on over there. And fuck whoever feels some type of way about it.
Now let me ask you this: do you believe that that's all of us? I mean, as far like, all right, so do you believe that it's so difficult for us to find communities that predominantly is us that don't operate that way to the point where we do have to say, you know what, I gotta go move around white folks? You know what I'm saying? Is it that scarce of communities of good black people?
I mean, you couldn't say that because I don't know the exact area that's in Atlanta, but there's a lot of, upscale, upper echelon black people that live out in $1 million homes. I mean, $1 million homes at that.
Yeah, I'm
talking about, but you talk about in general.
Yeah.
No, because where the fuck do you think? Just think about it. That's why it ain't no racism shit, right?
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. It ain't no racism shit, right? It's not racism. It has nothing to do with race. It's class. Because the side of town that I live predominantly black, but there's some white people stay out here too because they broke too. Now, I'm maneuvering up, so I stay in a nicer area on my side of town, but I'm maneuvering into upper middle class.
Right.
But best believe when that maneuver happened, I'm the fuck out of here.
You know what?
And I'm not gonna look back. I'm not gonna look back or feel no type of way about that shit because you live better when you got more. I don't care what nobody says. Think about that shit. Think about it logically. All that keeping it real shit has done for niggas is get them killed. Fuck that keeping it real shit. None of those rappers, when those rappers rap about Calabasas, they don't just travel out there. They got houses out there. Niggas ain't in the hood like that. Niggas go for that keeping it real shit and stay the fuck broke and trapped. That's what the fuck they stay at.
Bro, now that I got big pushback on, my G.
I can't see it no other way.
Wait, no. It's only one part. No. Let me just tell you the one part, my G. It's only one part I got big pushback on. Just like
what's the pushback?
I'm telling you, my nigga, goddamn it. The part is that when you said them dudes, they go out there, a lot of them rappers with the houses, yeah, they do, and so on and so forth. But the fact is this. But these niggas are still dying where? In their hoods. Even Dolph. All of them. Like, bruh, we can go down the list of artists.
That's it. There's no pushback in that, bro.
Hood, bro. They don't
You just proved my point.
No, listen, most
The smart niggas don't go back.
let me finish though, Tro. Most of these rap niggas, dog, they don't pass away how what was his name from New York? Young Cuz with the cornrows passed away in the show. Pop Smoke. Most of them don't go away in that type of environment and circumstance. No, bro. Where are they usually? Let's cut that out. We can't do that, bro. We cannot.
You talking about that? Cut that out. You just proved my point. The smart niggas don't go back. You just proved my point about keeping it real. Dolph kept it real and kept money in his community. That nigga gave more money to Memphis than Yo Gotti.
No, I'm saying, where did he
listen where I'm saying you conflating the two, and it's one thing. I'm saying the same shit. He died where he was from. If he would have never went the fuck back, he wouldn't have died. God rest his soul. If he wouldn't have never been where the fuck he was at, he would have never died. The hood don't love you like that.
Then how are we supposed to reach back, bro? Because you know they say, nah, the hood won't.
Fine, nigga, send some motherfucking money or something. Give some niggas some actual game so they can actually lift themselves up out that shit to leave and lead the motherfuckers that want to stay.
Okay.
That same nigga that sell dope, right? The same nigga that was your hitter, right? Talking to niggas that's in the street. I ain't no street nigga. I don't know shit. I just talk about what I see on YouTube. Them same niggas that be in the street, that's your hitter, this nigga here. Oh, you a rapper? This nigga could hold a camera. I think Wallow said this shit, so don't let me steal that shit. Wallow probably said this shit. I don't want to be the nigga that's. I don't want to be the nigga that stole something, right? That nigga could hold a camera. This nigga could take all your motherfucking phone calls. This nigga could police security. He ain't really he ready to do it, but he ain't never really he don't got no charges for real. You can get a legal fire.
Right.
Nigga, pay these niggas that you got around you. You get up out of there, figure out a way to get this nigga up out of there instead of just tossing that nigga some money. Because he ain't gonna do nothing else with it but what he already knows.
But how you gonna listen? How you gonna do that when most of your partners and you one of the ones who finally off papers, yo niggas, you can't take them with you because they on parole and probation. You can't take them with you because you know what I'm saying. They don't even.
Then nigga, you gotta get a different set of friends, nigga.
Talk about it, Tro. Talk about that part.
You gotta get a different set of friends. How you gonna ever do better if not everybody around you a fucking failure?
My G.
It's a million ways people have said that. You not the smart. If you the smartest nigga in the room, you in the wrong room. How many niggas have said that? It's the same shit. If everybody around you is doing better than you, for you to want to be there mentally, you gonna want to do better.
That's exactly how that shit go, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Like, look. A lot of people don't even realize, you know, I say it all the time, and that's why I asked you that question, because I be like, hey, bro, don't y'all realize when they like, nah, look, bro, you know what kills me, Tro, briefly, is that when I hear them dudes that say, why won't you leave the hood? Because my niggas is here. Oh my gosh. Leave. Build an empire and bring them there. They got legal stuff. I mean, try your best, help them out, you know, to get them somehow or another off or whatever. I don't know. And those who you can't, at some point you got to recognize what's for the greater good. Again, you know, what I would say, at least, like I said, Tro, my definition of being your brother and sister's keeper and being for the people's. Me personally, If I say familia, family, that's when it's just mine. If I say the people, me personally, you know what I'm saying? That's the collective. So me personally, I just kind of separate the two. That's all I'm saying. So you just gotta know how to do that. Go ahead.
I get what you're saying, but my outlook on the shit is different.
Mm-hmm.
I look at shit different because though I'm not a street nigga at all, I did manage to figure out a way to spend almost 8 years in prison. And that's 8 years that I didn't spend being a husband. That's 8 years that I didn't spend being a father to my children.
Mm-hmm.
So before I got about that goofy ass shit, I had to devise a plan. And none of the niggas I so-called was cool with and was friends with. You know, I'm a couple of these niggas' kids, the godfather of their children. My non-street ass and shot at niggas behind these niggas and got shot at behind these niggas. Them niggas ain't sent me a stamp while I was locked up. Not
Hey,
one
bro,
of them niggas.
man, oh my gosh, don't get me started on.
But look, that's cool though, right? Because, okay, fine. What ties do I have to these niggas that wasn't the niggas I thought they was in the first place? These niggas showed me who they are, so I believe them. The only people I need to give a fuck about is my family. And I'm not talking about a whole collective or the group of my family. Motherfuckers who got my last name. And maybe a couple cousins and auntie here too, if they ain't on the fuck shit. If you living life goofy, I don't have time for it. I got family members right now that ain't never been locked up a day in their life. No type of trouble. Also got degrees.
Bro,
I'm doing better than them. I'm doing better than them in life. And I'm supposed to be the black sheep of the family. What sense do that make? You fucking lazy. That's what it means. So I don't have no room for lazy people. I don't have no time for no fucking excuses. I live in the last state that was free from slavery. I'm black and I'm an ex-con and I'm a man. I got every fucking thing going against me and I'm still not only surviving, but I'm fucking thriving around motherfuckers who ain't never been nowhere near in as much trouble as I've been. What the fuck is your excuse? I don't have time for it for me. Now anybody else, everybody want to do the pro-legally black, Dr. Umar, you know what I'm saying? Shit, cool. You can do that. You got that right. You're American. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. I just don't care.
You know, Troll, before we get up out of here, this will be the last thing I'll speak to you about before we go, bro.
All right.
I do recognize that what I think I do believe I hear from you is something that I've been trying my best to not become. And I speak about it, and that's callous. And again, I'll reiterate, there's an old saying that goes, what don't kill you makes you stronger. I do agree with that, but I also believe that throughout that process with most of us, it also makes us callous and we don't feel as much. And a lot of what you're saying, like, you don't understand how much I recognize it so much on a more internal level, although you may not hear me express it verbally, but on the inside, oh man, I am so fighting with not saying F this entire everything with the world, because I got to recognize there's still beauty around me. It's still those who love me and care about me, all of that, bro. So I'm not going to get too much into it, but to land it, to give you the floor. Do you believe that a lot of how we respond to life is due to it really is a shock, like almost like what's they call that? In war, shell shocked. Like I believe that a lot of us, bro, like how you respond, you sound like when my granddad used to talk to me because he was in the Korean War, bro. And we always had to remember, like, you just gotta remember, like, you know, granddad done seen a lot. And it's not even that you angry or nothing, bro. I don't hear anger in you or anything. I hear you done seen so much that you said, bro, the only way I'm going to keep from saying F everything is I have to say F everything. If you get me, go ahead, bro. I don't know. I don't know. Talk to me.
That would be totally incorrect.
What is it, man?
I wouldn't, so I could, callous wouldn't be the correct definition. Asshole, maybe. Cynical, somewhat. Shout out to the cynical one too. Shout out to
shout out to Sis, right? Shout out to Sis.
It's not that, because I still see the beauty when my daughter still comes up to me and holds my finger, holds my pinky, like she did when she was in the NICU. Like I got a beautiful yard. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy cutting my grass because I enjoy being free. Right? I enjoy working. You know, they say niggas don't build shit. And that's all I do every fucking day. I enjoy life how I decide to enjoy it. That's why there's a reason why this the soul part, but the troll part is very prominent. I enjoy laughing. I spend most of my day laughing. It might not be about, you know, or it might be that shit that I shouldn't be laughing at, but I'm laughing because the shit is funny to me.
Hey, Bray, you be wild, bro.
I enjoy. Listen what I'm saying. I enjoy life, but I enjoy life on the terms of how I'm going to enjoy life. I give a fuck about the things that I give a fuck about to the max. Everything else I don't care about. It's not being callous.
But what is it, troll? It's no. I'm sorry.
Nah, what? It's just that simple.
I can't accept that. Nah, I can't accept
That's your problem. That's not my fucking problem that you can't accept what I'm saying.
No. I'm sorry. No, listen. Nah, you good. You know how we go, right? You know how we go. Listen, I'm just saying, I can't accept that, troll. You know what I'm saying? I got to pluck your mind on that real quick. I'm going to be real with you. So, listen, the fact is, then what is the difference between what it is that you're describing and what it is that you're saying on the outside shit? I don't understand that shit.
What you mean on the outside? Yeah, I got trauma. I got listen.
No.
Let me make this.
Somebody's in the building. Wait. Somebody's in the building. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, sis. I'm just now seeing you. Here we go, everybody. Welcome to Oh So Wonderful, the Oh So Beautiful, Miss Queen Sunkiss.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Sing, children. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay. She said she wanted her intro. Yeah, in the back chat. Yeah,
oh shit!
I had to give her intro. What's going on, sis?
Nothing.
Oh shit! That shit is hilarious.
Oh,
shit. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good laugh. Salute to you, Queen Sunkiss. How you doing?
Shout out. I'm chilling. How are you?
I really finna get up off this shit because I gotta go to work in the morning.
Hey, yeah, you good. I appreciate you. I think me and Sunkiss can fill in the rest. I appreciate you. I want you
All
to
right,
finish
bro.
what you're saying because I don't
I thought you was picking his brain before I pick yours.
yeah, nah. That's what I'm saying. Like I
Okay,
don't
I'll answer it. I'll answer this last question.
like
I'll
because
answer it like this.
yeah.
I get what you're saying, especially about the trauma and post-traumatic stress disorder. Basically, the people don't really understand that shit. All the niggas that say they grew up in the hood and shit. If you grew up in the hood and you went to sleep, the gunshots, fire engines, and police sirens. It's the same thing like if you grew up in a demilitarized zone in the Middle East.
Mm.
You have post-traumatic stress disorder. If you went through any type of traumatic fights and shit like that, i.e. prison shit, you got post-traumatic stress disorder. Right? I also take my black ass to therapy. So I done made peace with this shit.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about
I done let go of what need to be let go of and accepted whatever the fuck else is and then moved
Oh, I
on with
like
life.
you. I want to be your friend. You go to therapy. Let's go.
Now I'm not the nigga that's saying that shit is for everybody, but that shit worked for me. So it helped me get to the point of the only thing that matters is what fucking matters to me. Everything else, fuck it.
That's what
I'm not wishing death on nobody. I'm not saying fuck these kids or nothing like that. I'm not saying nothing crazy or outlandish, but to a certain extent, your child want to act the ass in the middle of a motherfucking grocery store, I'm gonna just go to the next aisle and get the rest of my shit.
I love it. Man, god damn it. See, Tro, listen, bro. How many times you got heard me? I try my best to take what it is that I've been through and I just want to transform it in some form of fashion and not come off angry. Nah, I'm not gonna come up here all blah, blah. No. I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna be more so in the headspace of, you know what? I've been through something. I know you have too. Let's go ahead and turn it into some popcorn and a wonderful night. You know what I'm saying? Let's transform the pain into pleasure. Let's go ahead and turn that into something that we can learn from and benefit from. And
No, fuck that. Go to therapy. Shit.
see, there you go.
Oh, my bad.
God,
I thought
go
it was
ahead. God, here we go. Go ahead, Sunkiss. Kick it off. What you saying, Sunkiss?
I thought I was on mute. My bad.
No. Now that you're not on mute and you know that you're not, go ahead, stay off mute and say what you gotta say.
I just said fuck all that. That ain't my problem. Go to therapy.
Okay, so hold on. I thought the sisters were supposed to be the brother's backbone, Sunkiss. I thought y'all was supposed to help us. I thought our sisters, listen, you know why black men are like, I don't want to go to therapy. You want to know why? Because we like, my wife is supposed to do that. That's right, Sunkiss. That's right.
Wait, let me say this shit and then get off of here. Because that's the goofiest shit I ever heard in my motherfucking life. What if you a nigga what if you a nigga ain't got no wife or old lady? Who's supposed to be your backbone besides you, nigga?
Whoever
Jesus.
your girlfriend
He on the main line.
Stop. Cut that shit out, bro. No. I'm not finna let you do that, bro. I'm not finna let you do that, bro. I'm not finna let you do that, bro. I'm not finna let you do that in this instance, bro. In this instance, right? In this instance, we talking about a fucking man.
Okay.
When I made the decisions that put me in prison, I was a fucking man that did it, right? When I got out and became a transformed person through the renewing of my mind, which is also in the Bible, I chose to be a different motherfucking person as a man. I chose this. A man decision was, I ain't got it all right up here. I need to talk to somebody. That's some man shit.
Well, Tro.
Nobody didn't have to tell. No, let me finish. Nobody didn't have to tell me to do that. We cannot be reinforcing all that coddling of niggas. Niggas don't need they fucking hands held all the motherfucking time.
Then Tro. Now let me say this now. Okay, you ready? All right, here we go. I love it. Devil's advocate. All right, Tro, you gotta understand something, sir. Why do you think that the highest percentage of offing rates is men? because it's everything that goes against. I mean, it's everything that goes alongside of what you're saying. Not just suck it up and everything else. The fact is this. Men don't have anywhere truly to vent. Men don't have anywhere to go. Now, your whole demeanor is why? Because you know yourself as a man. I don't have nowhere to go. We're not gonna play them games, troll. Yeah.
If I didn't have nowhere to go, you think you caught a nigga in a gotcha moment. If I don't have nowhere to go, how did I wind up knowing I need to go to therapy? Bro, you can't catch me in no gotcha moment, bro. I'm really swift under this mask, bro. This mask is really a joke. I'm really swift up underneath this shit, bro. No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
For you to give it to him, bro.
Okay.
I know what you
like
about,
that.
bro. I know what you about,
say it
bro.
like that, man, because you got me thinking that you think I'm stupid,
nigga. No. I'm setting it up like again. No. I'm role playing, my nigga. My bad. No, G.
Okay. That's what you said. You said devil's advocate. Okay, I'm hot. My bad.
Thank you, bro. I said, yeah, right.
Yeah, no, there's no excuses, bro. Like the world don't give us no excuses. The world don't give a man excuses, period. But we get even less excuses.
Let me ask you this: how was a man?
Especially on niggas that get out of prison. That new car smell, that shit only lasts a couple weeks. After them couple weeks, niggas, what you gonna do next?
Okay. How was a man supposed to find it? Sunkiss, what would you say, like you as a woman first? Let me ask you this. What would you say is a recommendation for men to find peace in their life, considering we know the world won't give it to them? And I'm talking specifically black men. Let's just keep it with us primarily. Like, how do we
business and understand that the world don't own this shit?
So the way to find peace, okay, you know what, I like that. Okay, troll, what you got? How do we feel that black men are to find peace, or men, period?
I'm thinking in terms of me. I can't speak on we.
No. Then answer in that, but in third person. That's right. You don't talk in third person. Talking third person. But it's about you. There you go.
No, I'm not talking in third person, nigga. I'm not no entity, nigga. I'm talking in first person. For me to have peace, I only concern myself and surround myself with shit that I like and that I enjoy. And that's it. And I put away the other shit.
Okay. Well,
and even if I have to listen to what I'm saying, even if it's some shit that I have to do when somebody cut me off in traffic, which happens often. All right, well, let me just go ahead and get in this other lane. Because I'm on my way to work to go make this money.
And throwing that shit at people's cars for doing that shit. But then I thought I might go to jail, so I didn't do it.
Sunkiss, don't please, Sunkiss. Don't tell us that you throw things at people's cars.
No, I said I thought about it. I thought about putting the car in my car.
Don't go freeze random items like strawberries, oranges, grapefruits, and oranges and lemons and throw them at people's cars.
My nigga, why do you know about that? Whoever thought of that? Nigga, that's something you did, nigga. That nigga said freeze. He had the whole process now. Don't freeze all these fruits, nigga. No, get it. What the fuck?
What you talking about?
Well, yeah, no, seriously though. Now,
hey, let me slide up out here. No Diddy, for real. I gotta get up out here. I gotta wake up.
No, go ahead. Hey, troll, man. Respect to you, my G. I appreciate you sliding through, my dog. I appreciate. Hey, listen, thank you for that, bro. We're gonna talk. I'm
bro. I appreciate you having me up. Shout out to you, Queen Sunkiss. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
And respect to the family.
We gotta tell them.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, hey, shoot. I gotta find. You know what? I'm gonna send it to you right now. Yeah. Yeah. He got it, man. What? My man is hilarious. He is hilarious. Trust me. His little shorts and stuff is absolutely
I
out
need
of this
to
world.
my YouTube life.
Man, you know how we do. You know how we do. We just, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I need some rice.
You
Okay,
need
so
some.
I got one
Oh,
bag.
hold on. Wait. Sunkiss. I'm sorry. Real quick. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can turn you up. I don't know. You're a little kind of scratchy. I can't hear you that good. Hold on. Let me go to okay, mic settings. Talk, say something. Keep on talking.
I need some advice.
There we go. There we go. Okay. I had to turn your mic up. Your mic was low.
I know that some people be like, you too loud. I know that people telling you like, you too low. I'm like, I don't know.
No, listen, Sunkiss. You're like scratchy. I don't know. Like, do this.
Okay, hold on. I got you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay. You were scratchy.
All right. How we now?
Oh man, that is beautiful. Yeah. That's real. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I need to get right.
Okay, now rock out, sis.
I got one bag of French cut green beans and one bag of asparagus, and I'm gonna cook these together because I only got one bag of each.
Hold on, you're gonna cook them together. Okay, so
Yeah.
What's your question?
How I do it? How I do it? I do it.
Wait. All right. So the first question would be, what is it going with or on the side? Is it going to be a side?
It's going with garlic parmesan baked chicken and broccoli and cheddar rice.
I love the way she put the fancy on. I love it. All right. So it's going to be a side, correct?
Yes,
All right.
it's going to be the vegetable for a balanced meal.
Okay, so you're feeding 4?
3.
3. Okay, you're feeding 3. All right, so look, get you about, I would say, what would be the equivalent of 3 shot glasses of water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom. You're gonna pour that into a flat pan. Then you go ahead, you get you some butter. Get you about, I say about a quarter of that stick. Bow. Smack that. Now, what you want to make sure that you do is you want to make sure that you put the butter in there first. You want the butter to melt. And then what you
butter always first.
Right. Now listen. So I want you to pay very close attention to the order of this process.
Very close attention. Listening.
So you want to go ahead. You want to put the butter in there first. Let that melt down. And once it's all the way liquefied, then you put your vegetables in. Yeah. You're gonna put your vegetables in, and then you're gonna let them roll around. Once all of the vegetables, like once you roll it, like roll your pan. Once all the vegetables are mixed into there, then you want to pour the water. You don't want to add the water with the butter because that's like oil in water. Then it's going to whole bunch of pop. You're going to get a whole bunch of pop. So to not have all of the pop happen, and coming off everywhere and messing up your stove and even burning you want to add the butter, the vegetable, let that melt down, then add your water, and you're just going to see a slight bubble. It's going to bubble real. You're going to see a sizzle in the bubble. The water's going to, just evaporate. It's just going to evaporate real quick, but that's going to keep it with a nice moisture. So the moisture of the vegetable stays in, but the nutrients of the vegetable stays in. And all you're going to basically do is from that point on, with however you want to personally season your stuff. See, that's the thing. From this point, I don't say anything. But the basic process to get the perfect texture, as far as like it's nice and soft, but at the same time the nutrients is still in it and it's fully cooked, that's what would be the best method.
Gotcha.
So just try it out. You can go ahead, DM me if you need to, and let me know if you need any further assistance on that, and I got you. Is there anything else that you wanted to go ahead and ask or whatever before we get ready to get on up out of chair?
Oh, you finna get out?
I mean, in a little bit. I mean, because I had like a little like video. I had like a little short video and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I was just kind of chilling. But you know, I don't know what y'all doing. So I'm talking about audience. I'm talking to the audience. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what everybody doing. So, you know, it all depends on how we feel. So you want me to go ahead and keep it going?
I mean, it's up to you.
Nah, listen, we ain't gonna do that. I asked you questions. We you want me to keep it going? No bullshit. I got you, fam. So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. I'm going to pull up some videos. All right, bet that. Get your food going, Sunkiss. I'm gonna pull some videos.
You late. I was melting that butter while you was talking.
Hey, look. But look, this is what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do some videos, but I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. You know what I'm saying? And I just gotta make sure that I got everything this commercial break consists of. So this commercial break right here is brought to you by why the dating scene nowadays is so effed up and messy. We'll be right back with these quick commercial messages. Thank you all for tuning in.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Come over here. Just introduce yourself. Yeah. So, what's your type though?
Okay, so I like a tall guy.
Yeah.
My boy, stay right here for me. Why did you pop your balloon?
Well, it was the fit and the glasses.
The fit.
I can't see. How is it my fault?
What's your name? What's your name and your age and what you do for a living?
My name is Mario. I'm 28. I'm a famous live streamer, and I bring like at least 130,000 a month. So whoever ready for me, come on. We gone.
Well, nobody popped the balloon. We're gonna go down the line and see why they didn't pop the balloon.
Okay.
What's your name? What's your age? What you do for a living?
I'm Grace. I'm 21 and I'm a waitress and a hairstylist.
Okay, so why didn't you pop your balloon? What do you like about this guy?
Maybe his income, but I can't see his face. So,
you want me to take my mask off?
Yes, please.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't want nobody.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to pull this video up. Are you ready for this, Sunkiss? I think this.
I don't even know because I don't never know what kind of crazy shit you finna put on this damn screen.
Yeah, man. So Sunkiss, I'm getting ready to go there real quick. All right. So
where the hell we going tonight? Shit. You better not be taking me to hell. If you taking me to hell,
well, I guess because we're going to, you know what I'm saying. This brother went to the bank to cash his check, and let's look at what took place when this went to go cash his check. Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to give no disclaimer or anything. I'm just going to pull the video up. I'm going to play it. The video is 2 minutes. I'm playing the whole thing all the way through, and we will get right back to it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's watch this.
Sir, do me a favor, man. Put your man in your back. Got it. You got it. What's going on, my man? Trying to put money on my own.
Good job, guys. Basically, we got a call. From what we got the call, it seemed like someone was trying to rob the bank. Something about you passing a note to a teller, something to that effect. Can you just tell me what's going on?
It's a medical assistant that works in my house that prefers to be paid in cash. Every time I make a withdrawal to pay her, because it's a large amount, she works a lot.
Yeah.
If I don't write down on a note how much I went out, and then I don't want it ran, money counter right there at the desk. The whole bank ends up looking at me.
Go ahead, son. What you say?
I'm confused. I don't know what the hell going on.
All right. Let's run it back. All right. Let's go ahead and listen again. See what we got.
Hey, sir, do me a favor, man. Put your man in your back. Got it. You got it. What's going on, my man?
Trying to put money on my own.
Good job, guys. Basically, we got a call. From what we got the call, it seemed like someone was trying to rob the bank. Something about you passing a note to a teller, something to that effect. Can you just tell me what's going on?
It's a medical assistant that works in my house that prefers to be paid in cash. Every time I make a withdrawal to pay her, because it's a large amount, she works a lot.
Yeah.
If I don't write down on a note how much I went out, and then I don't want it ran, money counter right there at the desk. The whole bank ends up looking at me because they just hearing money going through the account. And I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe getting money out like that. So every time I go to withdraw it, I put the amount, the account I want to take out of, and I put my own card in, and then I usually take. I always just get the money from me. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, that's the reason why we're out here, and that's the reason why we detain.
So let me ask you a question, son.
Yes, sir.
You talking to me right now, and I'm cuffed in the back of the car. My team from driver's cuffed.
Yeah.
I imagine in the back of the car. Is there any reason we can have this conversation once you get these cuffs off everybody? And
Yeah.
Like to being treated like
standing
members of society. Is there any reason for that, bro?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go ahead and get you out of the handcuffs.
I stated to the officers at arrest that had their Glocks out that I was pulling money on my own account.
I understand.
I put my own bank card in there before the lady went in the back. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing for me to say, man. Like I gotta get all y'all now.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I ain't had guns.
All right. What you say?
That's crazy.
I'm even wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my own money out of my own account.
Have you ever considered speaking to them about what it is you're trying to do prior to doing?
I said, hey, is that gonna be okay with you? Said you here? I put my own card in, put my own pin in. She asked to see my ID. I gave it to her.
Yeah.
And she goes in the back. I'm waiting for the and then the people keep coming out. Hey, they taking care of you. They taking care of you. Everything's just taking a little while. Next thing I hear Glocks getting pulled out. That's what I hear. I hear Glocks getting pulled out from unholstering. Hey, sir, can I talk to you for a minute? You understand what I'm saying? So you see my perspective.
Hey, sir, do me a favor, man.
Yeah, go ahead, Sunkiss. What you got? Yeah.
And that's crazy. What is the purpose of calling the police if you can see the man's bank account?
They said, listen, they said because at this moment right here, because at this moment,
do me a favor, man.
he got a mask on. Look at the way he looks, right? Look, you
I
know.
don't give a damn. That man was fun in there.
Sunkiss. You know what I'm doing, girl. Come on. You know what I'm doing.
No, because we talk about professionalism at this point. And if I got a bank account, what the fuck are you calling the police on me for?
No, he passed a note.
I don't care what the police you got a damn bank card.
Talk about
So you see your account. So at the point that he stuck his card in that machine, his account came up. So, and even if they did want to go to the back, they can see his account. So what they call the police for?
Ooh, talk about it, sis. Okay, now. So you believe that. So let me go with question one. So question one is, do you believe that possibly he was done unjust simply because of how he came in, or was it because his information didn't run through?
I think it was no, his information went through because the police took him outside to talk to him. So that means that they already, and they said, "Can you tell us what's going on?" Which means that they already confirmed to the police that he has an account there. Otherwise, they would have just went on and took him outside, read him his rights, and took him on to jail.
Okay. So, and then last question. Would you say that the reason why they took him out of cuffs is because, like, they actually found out that he's legit? Or
They knew he was legit before they put him in handcuffs. They had to put him in handcuffs for safety protocol.
I didn't even have to ask the second part. I like that. And you already know that's what it is with that. And for some reason, that's how continuously things can go and we can get treated. And it is absolutely, positively ridiculous. You smell me now? But with that,
move my shit to another bank.
I know. Hey, look, you ain't lying about that. You ain't lying about that one. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick rocks on this one. I wanted to come up for a moment, have a wonderful session, and I appreciate everybody. Sunkiss.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with those vegetables right now before I get up out of here? Just need to know that.
They got a little boil on them because they were frozen, so I ain't have to add no water.
Okay. Good. Oh, you got frozen. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm used to thinking okay. Oh, see, no. You know what? You're actually right about that. You don't have to do that. Okay, so you got frozen. I didn't know that. So yeah, so you okay? Boom. That process. Bow. Now, what seasonings are you using?
I use some garlic parmesan seasoning so it can match the chicken.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Parmesan?
Yeah, garlic parmesan. I'm gonna add a little onion powder and a little garlic powder.
That
and I put
smack on point. Smack on point. No, smack on point. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
And I put some chicken bouillon in there. Just a little bit.
Okay. Chicken bouillon. Are you using cubes or liquid?
I use powder. So essentially a cube. But I didn't use no whole cube because I used powder. So I just did a couple of pieces.
What? Okay. All right. Okay. Now, make sure that you pay very close attention. Now, you got a top for that, correct?
I do have a top, but I haven't put a top on here yet.
You need to put a top. Listen, what you want to do. Listen, you know what's very important is making sure to see the top is specifically for keeping in the steam. The steam keeps in the moisture. So, a lot of times like rice, there are a lot of products that we cook and we need to make sure that we keep that in mind. You see, when it comes to that. So just keep that in mind when it comes to what it is that you're preparing. Now, vegetables, steamed or anything, like I would say vegetables, mac and cheese, pastas, rice, baked potatoes, greens, all of these things definitely is like we all know you want to keep a top on these things. Like that's just what it is. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm basically saying on that. So just as long as you do that, and I'm saying that because the texture will be smack on point.
All right, there we go.
What? Yeah, I heard you.
We got the top on the pot.
Oh yeah, nah. I ain't mad at you. Okay, now. So, hold on. Now, wait. What are you making with it again?
My last day off.
What is it?
2-3 months. It's game time.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you smoke?
No, I use edibles.
Really?
Yes.
I like the gummy family. I'm not mad at you. Hey, I'm loving that one. Okay now.
I like chocolate covered almonds.
Hold on, chocolate covered almonds.
Yes.
Okay, so with the chocolate covered almonds, wait. Is it BHC or THC? There's a difference.
It's THC.
Oh, okay. So you're with the more. Okay, got you on that part. Hold on, I'm typing.
Yeah, I need to get me a book so I can learn how to make my own because I got this Levo machine. And I mean,
machine.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Levo machine is what?
Levo machine is a oil infuser.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me of something that I have very, very similar. You know what it's called? It's a Deox. It's like a Deox vape, basically, and you don't actually smoke. It's not a vape you smoke. It's something you actually just simply you just like turn it on and you know like them like fog machines.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it is. You just do that, boom.
Yeah, I want to be able to make my own and make my own little oils and all that good stuff.
I'm actually in the process of making my own soap, Sunkiss.
Soap is fun.
Man,
my daughter made soap and sold all of it last year.
What? I am in the process of like, man, because you know something, I was realizing how much us as Black people, our skin reacts so different to the typical. We don't react the same to the typical.
No.
What?
Skin sensitive.
What? You said it's sensitive. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It is. We are very like, look, you're not getting it. Like, what I'm saying is that our skin does not react the same way. And like, I noticed that from laundry detergents, soaps, as far as like body washes for your body, bar soaps, everything. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, deodorants. It's a lot of things that really doesn't mesh well with the skin at all.
It doesn't.
It doesn't at all.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It just don't. And so that's, yeah, exactly. So that's
skin tolerant is generally expensive.
You said it's what? It's expensive. You said it's generally expensive.
Yeah, the stuff we can tolerate is generally expensive.
The thing about it is that I believe it's more of an organic aspect. You know, it's like anything that is naturally yeah, you know, anything naturally fresh, organic, man, it's gonna run you. And it's like the most, I guess you can say, basic and most poisonous chemical aspect of products are the ones that do not hold up the most. They just don't.
Sometimes.
No, just about all of the time. you know, I think that our bodies have just been conditioned to take the chemicals now. To be quite honest with you.
No, I'm just saying that sometimes the chemical laced stuff be expensive as well.
It do.
But yeah, a lot of natural stuff that's good by our skin be expensive. And yes, it is about organic.
Hey, Sunkiss.
Uh-huh.
I got a message coming through. I need to make sure I take this call real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to end this show. Do you have any final words?
Nope. Have a good night.
Hey, I appreciate you, Daily. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, beloved. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Everybody, thank you for tuning in.